Good morning. Hello. Welcome back to another stream. It is Friday. This week did the normal 2020 thing. I was about to say this week went quickly, but what I mean is the week went quickly and the individual days did not, which is to say standard 2020 fare. Hello. I am really high up. Talk that up a bit. I think it's because I just adjusted the height of my desk because I realised I hadn't done that and then didn't check my webcam before doing so. Hello. So you can see I've returned to my quest to become a tea person. I'll let you know if and when it happens. It is a Friday, which means we are back on the digitising all of the notes quest. I'm optimistic that today I will get to the end of my first PhD notebook, which then leaves only my dissertation notebook, some of which I think may already be digital, and my new PhD notebook, which I'm not very far into because I've only just started doing that one. The past month or so I switched to that notebook because I finished the old one, so it's going to be a nice chill day of sipping tea and typing notes up, and I need to try today and make sure I take plenty of breaks because I've had really intense full body aches the past couple of days and really severe fatigue. I know I mentioned being very tired on Wednesday. It got worse and worse through the day, and yesterday was equally bad. Was hobbling all over the place yesterday because I couldn't really do anything. But I do feel a little bit better today. I've been trying as much as I can to do things that will, I'll make my body feel nice. Some of them have not gone well. Yesterday I had been not moving all day because I didn't feel like I could move. And I got to the point where I was like, maybe my body wants to move. Okay, I can do this. It's going to be really hard and I know it's going to be painful, but I want to try this thing to see, how it goes. And I'm on camera. There we go. I don't know what just happened to the colour balance there, but something very weird. I promise I'm not actually this yellow or green or whatever colour it's made me. Let's see if I can fix that whilst it just keeps changing. I'm just not going to play with it. I'll play with it another time. But yeah, so I had this idea that I was gonna do it. I was gonna try moving and be kind to my body. And one of the things that the consultant had mentioned was trying Pilates rather than yoga, because Pilates is a bit more strength-based. And one of the things she wanted me to do, because I'm hypermobile, was to look less at stretching and flexibility exercises, because I don't need those. I'm already bendy. And to look more at like strength exercises and strength training. And she'd mentioned Pilates as like a stepping stone that might be good for that. So I found a 100% beginner, this is the easiest that you're going to get, Pilates video on YouTube. And I did 10 minutes and it was an error. It was not the right decision, but I tried. So yeah, I'm gonna have to work up to that, and it might be that I do yoga for a bit because I know that's a bit easier for my body to do right now, and do that so I'm doing something, and then work towards being able to do more strength-based stuff, because one of the problems I had yesterday and the point at which I stopped, so all of it I was finding really difficult because like my body felt very weak, and one of the things was like doing circles with one leg in the air, lying down, not standing up. It's not like a ballet class. And I was just shaking so much, but it was my entire body shaking. Like I was just feeling very weak. So I got through that bit, and then they were like, right, now turn onto your left side. And I've got one of my worst tender points. And if you're not familiar with fibromyalgia, which is a condition I have, there's various tender points across your body, which are just what they sound like. They're points that are, for no reason whatsoever, really tender. I mean, the reason is the illness, but you know what I mean? It's not like, I mean, it feels like you have, you know, when you bash into the corner of a table and that sort of bruise that's really like condensed and intense and really tender for days afterwards. It's like that all the time. And I have one that is actually like that all the time, which is on my left hip. And so this video was like, now please roll onto your left side. And I rolled onto my left side and almost screamed and went, no, this is it, I'm done. No. I didn't even consider like just doing it on my right hand side, because I was like, I'm pretty sure the one on my right hand side isn't that great either. But and this is why I sleep on one particular side when I'm sleeping, because I literally can't lie on my left side a lot of the time. Right, I can, but it will make me want to scream in pain. But I tried. That's the important thing. I'm never going to find what works without going through a lot of things that don't work. So, yeah, we will get there. I will find something that works, and it might be Pilates, and it might not. It might be something else entirely. We will see. But yeah, so that was my yesterday. It was really like being in bed for almost all of the day, aside from I think I managed like 4 hours out of bed, and then getting to the point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something, and then immediately going to bed. Or rather going, right, I just need to get towards bed now, I'll have a bath. And I ran the bath and all of our water went out. That was great. It's back now, thank God. But it was in the entire house, so it wasn't something within our house. It was like the mains water having an issue. So fortunately that got fixed like within an hour and a half. It was amazing. But yeah. So how long have we been going? I feel like I've been talking for ages, but it's only actually been like 5 minutes. I'm just going to get started. I think whenever I get to the point where I feel awkward, because I'm just talking to nothing. I'm talking to some theoretical people in the future. And like maybe 1 or 2 people here who, if you're lurking, and don't ever, if I mention that there's no one here, don't ever feel bad. I lurk in streams all the time. I lurk in streams where there's very few viewers as well. Don't worry, it's absolutely okay. I don't mind at all. But there's just a thing of an awkwardness inherent in just talking. I guess it's not as weird for vloggers, because they're like, they know that they're putting the video up and then they're not expecting people to see it as they're talking, and they know that they're going to edit it into something that makes sense and then put it up, whereas Twitch has that much more live, like raw feel. So yeah, we're just going to get into it. I'm going to, having just put my desk to the height we're sitting normally, I'm going to sit cross-legged. My arms do not have the strength to do that right now, but it happens. Also, I'm aware that the lighting in this room is terrible. It is something I need to do something about. I have got a tiny ring light, but the problem is that my tiny ring light doesn't give enough light to use on its own, and the only light in this room is an overhead light with no shade or anything. So it means I get lit in, like, I'm getting lit from like up there, which is not a flattering place to be lit from. It's my neck shadow is annoying me. I don't I don't like this that happens because it looks like my neck's really dirty and I swear it's not. Anyway, I'm going to shut up about things that don't matter. I'm going to keep chattering random shit all day, but we got up to, we had finished all of this. We did all of this last time. So I'm optimistic that we can do everything that remains. Now I have some notes on this already from the first time I read it. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add this as a separate. I'm going to call that article notes 1, and I'm going to add this as article notes 2, and just do it that way because then I'll be able to tell the difference. And this is from when I understood the paper a lot more. And also, again, I'm using my kitchen book stand in order to hold my notebook up, so it's much easier for me to. I'm also going to sort of move this over here. Sorry for the noise. I think that's still fine level-wise. It just means that it's not in the way of the book or my screen is otherwise. I never spell accelerate correctly. I think I have real trouble with words with double L's in, or like two sets of double letters, and I always forget which ones are doubled. I'm just gonna make that clear. I'm very confused about what my notes say already. I've just written, oh, it's page 1. I was like, I've written PL. Why the fuck have I written PL? This is the other reason that digitizing my notes once a week is going to be much better for me. Because I will have read it more recently. So I read this 3 months ago. I will remember it. This is such a good quote. Culture is thus only relevant as an enemy which must be known to be conquered. And that's in terms of like the way the medical humanities works, and also like a world without the medical humanities as well, in terms of like what the humanities does for medicine and its relationship with it. I'm not sitting properly. Is it that, do I want my hair up a bit more? Do that. Wow, I'm really upright now. I don't know if I want to be this upright. This chair is amazing. This chair continues to be amazing. I still don't quite know if I've got it in the right position for me. There is so much I can adjust with it. And it's yeah, I'm still getting used to it, especially because I can then adjust the height of the table as well. Like I feel like the table is a bit too high right now. That's squishing my legs slightly, but I don't mind that too much. It's not too awful. Up to well enough. Oh, how am I going to do this? I've got one of those awkward times where I've like drawn a line from something. I'm going to put it in here. Only one side, yeah. That's one of the only thing with this book stand is that it's got quite, I think because it's expecting to hold cookbooks up, which obviously are quite bulky books, it's got really chunky things that hold the pages down. They've got like knobs on at the end, which are quite big and could obscure entire words. Oh, that's a continuation of that. It went over the page and I got confused. It's an excellent phrase. Stemological lubricant. My webcam is annoying me, so I'm gonna turn the brightness up on it because it looks awful right now. It's not that. This is a bit better. No, I'm not fiddling with it. Otherwise, I'll just continue to fiddle with it all the way through the stream. Oh no, not after, often. So this is the paper also that I talked about this at the time, but this is a paper that's absolutely amazing. All of the points in it are brilliant, but it's undermined by one of its assumptions, which is that everyone is equally vulnerable. And whilst, yeah, if you had like a utopian world where everyone was equal in every way, they would all be equally vulnerable. On a biological level, we are all equally vulnerable, but money, primarily, and other forms of privilege render us not equally vulnerable. COVID providing really good examples of like the fact that so you can get COVID and not be able to get into a hospital and die, or you can get COVID, especially in America, where you can get COVID and be really rich and just pay for a hospital to hospitalize you. It's, yeah, that's not equal vulnerability. That's but that's something I didn't notice in my first read through. It didn't clock with me, and it was pointed out in the reading group by one of the members of the reading group who does a lot of research into queer theory, and so works with inequality and otherness quite a lot. And that was it was really good to have that pointed out. I found it difficult at the time because any time that it's pointed out that I'm wrong, and in this case I wasn't even wrong, I just hadn't noticed something, but I still find it uncomfortable, and I'm really proud of myself that like I worked through it and was able to acknowledge that I agreed with that point of view and to internalize it, and that, you know, that it was correct, even though it was not saying that I was wrong, but like shifting, like adding to it effectively in a way that negated some of my enthusiasm for the paper. Because I'd come in going like, oh, this is amazing. And then this researcher understandably said, actually, it made me really angry. I was like, why? But it does make me disappointed retrospectively in the paper. I don't think it does away with the importance of the arguments in it, but it does definitely undermine it. Did I put a page for that? No. Oh yes. A human. Yes, a human. Short for humamal. I've just realised I'm making bad jokes because I just thought about a time where I was uncomfortable and now I'm uncomfortable. We're gonna stop and drink tea. Actually, I'm gonna finish this quote and then I have something to talk about related to that. So I've been continuing to read the trauma book. It's talked again about alexithymia, which is it's not the inability to feel, because that's anhedonia. It's the alexithymia is the inability to like recognize what is going on in your body. And I've realized that I do have that to an extent, especially when it comes to like I have trouble being mindful of things whilst I'm doing stuff, and I think maybe in retrospect a lot of the trouble I've had with not believing the reality of my pain might be related to that, and it might be that I'm finding it hard to be in tune with my body, to be able to say definitely, yes, this is pain. And it has to get to an extreme level for me to be able to recognize something as pain or discomfort or the quality of the pain, because not all pain is equal. There's it's not just the severity of the pain, it's the kind of pain and the quality of how it feels. So yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot. And like what that means like for me in terms of interpreting my health generally, and because one of the things I'm searching for right now is a better connection with my body so I can tell what it needs in order to give myself what I need in order to feel better. And it's been really hard to do that, like yesterday when I thought I wanted to move, and I don't know whether it was like that my body didn't want to move and I misinterpreted that, or I did the wrong thing in that movement. Like maybe like really lightly walking might have been the right thing to do instead. It was late though, so I couldn't have gone out and walked at that point. Yeah, so I've been thinking about that a lot. I don't have any conclusions. It's just been a thing that I've been thinking about. I'm still super anxious. That's really weird. I'm just trying to take deep breaths. It's supposed to be good to especially focus on the exhale and to focus on the moment that like the last bit of breath leaves. It's supposed to be good for for being in touch with your breath and using it as a way to calm yourself down. It's to do with the there's an acronym for it, and I want to say it's HRV, but I'm not sure. I'm not certain on that. There might be heart rate variability. It'll be in my notes. And it's to do with how your heartbeat and your breath sync or don't sync. And if you are a traumatized person or a person with mental illness, those two not being not mutually exclusive, you have worse. Your syncing isn't very good, and that's why things like meditation and yoga are really good. Is because one of the things they do is they bring that heart rate back into sync. Also, I apologise if you can hear my husband grinding coffee. It's manual. He's doing it manually. He's wandering around the house doing it. But yeah, so that's something I read about that months and months ago in one of the books that is currently holding up my monitors, so I can't show you it. But it was in Healing Without Freud or Prozac by David Servan-Schreiber. And it's now also I'm reading about it again in this trauma book, so it's been really interesting to see that reference coming back. And I've been working with my therapist for long enough that my brain has internalized her voice. And so I can hear her saying, okay, so let's just slow down and check in with yourself and check in with how we're feeling. It's lovely. It's a really nice feeling when you get to the point where you can do that. Almost spilled that all down myself. I have spilled it all over my mouth. Good work, me. That's what I get for trying to drink slowly. It's like, I'll have a nice slow drink of tea, sloshes it all over her face. Right, let's go back to this. Let's keep going. I think he just doesn't think translational is a word. Got hiccups now. Why have I got hiccups now? I wrote tons of notes on it. Then I've got the notes in the reading group as well. What have I managed to do there? I've clicked onto something else entirely. Oh, I'm so sorry, I keep yawning. I also realised that I think you're hearing some of my typing. I don't think it's too much. But if it becomes super annoying, let me know. Oh, I'm gonna want to put this. There's a lot. Is that how you spell disseminate? Apparently. Faithfully, yes. Interpret the text faithfully. Not the buttons I meant to press. Yeah. Might go get the heating pad for my shoulder in a bit. I can feel it going already and I want to nip that in the bud. I will finish this page and then go grab that. Oh dear, I've got a name. I'm gonna say it's that. I don't think it's that. But that's the sort of thing I would always cross-reference with the original text anyway, so I'm not too worried. To finish this quote. This is such a good quote. Doctor's conclusion is based on an inadequate understanding of knowledge transfer, which is this comes after a case study. Their conclusion was based on an assumption of evidence between the contextually purged and generalized evidence taken from biomedical research and the patient's singular case, which means that like you've looked at the things you learn in medical study are generalized and they're like, we know that generally in people this occurs, but you need to translate that into like a person's particular circumstance. Yes, their circumstance. The circumstance by adding in like the context of their life. And for example, when my consultant told me not to listen to the general guidelines for fibromyalgia, which is to do flexibility work, and instead to do strength training, because the added factor of my hypermobility means that I've got like a conflict there and I need to do something else to make it better, and that's that sort of thing. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go grab a heating pad for my shoulder, and I'm probably just going to bring them all in here so that I can then switch if I need to. So give me just a moment, I will be right back. Hello. So this is, I don't know if I've had this one on stream before. It's like a relatively small one. This is the first one I got, which I now use, like when I want to like heat just one bit of my body, this one's good. So in this case, I want to just heat this shoulder because I'm conscious it's sort of having trouble. I'm also not sure if my monitoring is working properly. Hang on. I just want to talk without... Yeah, no, it is. I've gotten so used to it that I don't... because I have it relatively low so that it's not like I'm having my whole voice piped into my ears, but I have it on enough that it just doesn't... Like, I can hear myself at a normal volume and it sort of cancels out the noise cancellation that you get from having stuff in your ears. Right, we get to... So that's helping. Okay. Also, I'm now... I get so tangled in all the cables. Especially if I'm ever, like, occasionally I use two at once and then that's awful because they all plug in to the mains. And so then I'll have, like, multiple cables trailing from me. Okay, here. So I have this one that I'm wearing, and then I've got one that's like a vest, which I did consider using this time because it's got flaps that go over the shoulders, which is really nice. But I have to be careful with using these that I don't then just overheat myself. So we'll see how this goes. Is that actually what it says? Does it actually say set of traces? I don't know. The fuck does that sentence mean? The notion of a singular is already a general notion of a general category of singularities. I think I know what it means, but I'm sure there was a better way that I could have put that sentence. I feel like my notes as we go through this article are getting worse. Oh no, I've also not... I just realised I've knocked part of my background down. Oh no, I've too many cables. I'm attached in too many ways. This is because I carried all of the blankets behind the chair and then I've knocked it over. Got one back in place. No, I've just ruined it all now. We're just accepting that that's how things hang now. I really want to sort this out. I'm just gonna buy a green screen, I think. I'm just gonna accept that I need greater intervention in my background situation. Okay, I actually put a page number on this one. Scientific. Tangled myself. Tangled my earphones in my heating cable. I'm a bit of a mess today, aren't I? I'm just a bit all over the place. I tried for a moment there to read the text on this screen, which is where I've got OBS. I was trying to read it there. I was like, wow, this text is small. I think it's a good thing I do this at the end of the week because I clearly have run out of brain and clearly all I'm capable of right now is typing. Typing things that I've written here, and even that I'm not getting wholly correct. Intermingled in the production and transmission medical knowledge. It. That's the end of that note. I'm now gonna... That's how long ago this reading group was. The Decentress. I'm not sure that I take very good notes during discussions. I can definitely see that these aren't as good. Like, look, that's not anywhere near as helpful. I've got a list of books to read on the next page. Let's make sure these are all... You won't be able to see this, I'm afraid, so that I avoid doxing myself, but... Oh my goodness, that book is expensive. Hopefully I can get it from a library at some point. Maybe I'll look. That one's not coming up on the title, so maybe I'll try the author's name. Finding that one. Not one either. I think these are all of the a lot of these are the things from there was a tour, is it a tour article that was had a load of mental illness in fantasy and science fiction recommendations. So where else? What on earth? Okay, this was this article. So this is a blog post. An author. And then I'm going to put the URL on there, and the date on it is the 3rd of November 2015. I'm reading really up-to-date stuff, guys. And the website type is magazine. And now notes. They're not long. I was reading this for this was when I'd first started to realise that Mad Studies was very related to the approach I was taking, and I was looking for just a general intro, effectively. I want to do a lot more reading about Mad Studies when I get into my PhD. That's definitely I don't even know the names of the prominent Mad Studies researchers and stuff, so I want to because that's all my notes, but also they're all things that I think are relevant and I'm using in my interpretation of things. So I don't want it. What have I done? Okay, so this one is this is a blog post as well. I think I'll get the link for it. I think it's in the Polyphony. So. And this is someone that I met at the conference I went to in September. It's not gonna, doesn't auto, it's giving me, you can't see this, it's giving me a drop down, but it doesn't then let me tab to autocomplete. That's weird. It's blog. I don't know that I really need that. Canva, that well-known illness. Oh yeah, that I found really interesting, that she uses both life writing, missed the word life somehow there, and interview and qualitative analysis, and that like the combination of the two is really interesting to me, and I wonder if that's something that I could do at some point. And I liked her concept of methodological messiness. I think that goes really well with like the medical humanities in general, and the idea that if you stick to using like a single methodology, then you're just like limiting your... Where is it not? I think it's changing, so that in this drop down it's giving me the option of what type I want to make, and I think it changes based on what I'm adding, because book wasn't in there and I had to go to see more in order to get to it. I need to get their names. Their full names, because I've got... Need to add another one. You're going to do the thing where you want to make me... I think that's right. I need to get all the information on it. I've got the book in PDF somewhere, but I'm just going to do it from the Amazon listing because I can't be bothered. There we go, that'll do. Add some notes. I think this is probably going to be... Is this going to be all of the rest of the... Yeah. Oh no. It's mostly this book. So I think we're probably going to finish this book today. I might stream for not quite as long, given I've now got pain in my left arm as well. Although I suppose what I could try and do is I could try and dictate my notes. That might be a bit weird. It might get upset that multiple things are using my microphone. I'm not sure. I can have a try. That should have been a quote, and then that should be in... I can read my own handwriting. I'm hungry again. How the hell am I hungry again? Oh, yeah, no, I can type. I should also note that these notes are going to contain discussion of ableism. You obviously don't have to read them. I'm not necessarily going to be talking about them out loud. but that is a lot of what's in this book, so. Oh wow, these are really long quotes. I really need to sit cross-legged. I'm not gonna have the... It's being able to get my leg under myself because I kind of need to push myself up with my arms. It's really hard. I'm really starting to struggle now with the amount of discomfort. We'll keep going for a bit longer, Elsie. I don't want to push myself too much. I want to be sensible and look after myself. I also really wanted to finish this book. Weirdly, part of me is like, I'm really glad this is happening on stream because this is the sort of thing I want to show the reality of. This is how quickly it can come on as well. Like, I can be basically okay 1 minute and then the next minute really struggling. I'm gonna try wrap my arm in this for a bit. My hips really uncomfortable and painful now as well. That's why I put my one of the reasons I sit cross-legged is it opens my hips up in that shoulder. She says then immediately doing it again. Here's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna go to the end of this book because I feel like that's a really important milestone to hit. As I've been trying to do this for ages, and it's only through streaming it that I've managed to. But we are going to go to the end of that. I think it's important to give myself that win. However, when I've gotten to the end of that, I will stop. I will go and, I don't know, do whatever I need to do to look after myself and listen to my body through the pain I'm in right now. I've got 2, 8, and these are all A5 pages, by the way. 11, 12. About 20 pages. I can do that. I haven't quite wrapped this up enough. No feature. I tried to spell hygiene wrong. I've put the E and the I the wrong way around. Oh, this is the article that made me angry. It said that ill people can't be happy. I was not pleased. This is my actual notes. It says, I'm really not sure about this one. And that's my last note on that. Oh, I didn't put what chapter number this is. Oh, it's got a really long title. Of course it does. It's an academic paper. Not an academic paper unless you've got a wildly long title, right? This is the sort of note I've been trying to do more, where I write down what the article is trying to explain rather than like little snippets or my reaction to it, is to actually articulate in a sentence or two what I think the argument of the article is. And I found that really helpful. I think it's something I want to make like something that I do as a summary at the end of notes, although often when I've finished reading something I just want to stop and get away. Oh, no, not popular. Post-war, very different. Does post-colonial have a hyphen in it? I also belatedly added the page number for that. Or is this page number for this? It could be either. I'm just going to leave it there. I have to type a load later, so I've got to be really careful. I think thinking about it, I don't really want to dictate on stream because I need to make sure that like my text to speech couldn't do anything I wouldn't want it to, if You see what I mean? Stream, so I'll have to pass on doing that for now, but this is, just take this bit off. Not hurting my, I find that I get really, when a part of my body is in pain, it gets really hypersensitive to any other sensation. So like I've taken my wedding ring off as well because it, I don't think my hand swells up fully, although it might have done because of the heat. But I find myself getting really uncomfortable wearing it, even though it's not tight. Maybe we won't finish. I'm just going to stop. I think I'm now doing the thing where I'm rushing because I want to be done because it hurts. I can just stop. I have the ability to just stop at any point. This is really cold now. The vanilla flavour comes out more when it's cold though. It's vanilla chai. Lovely. So what I'm doing right now is I'm pressing the heating pad onto my arm more intensely. Because that helps. It's very hard to like wrap my arm in it super tightly. It's not incredibly advisable with one of these mats. You have to be very careful using them. People have burned themselves on them, especially if you roll them up. You're not really meant to do that. I can't really recommend it, but I am doing it. You can't see me doing it though, so there's no proof. Awesome. I'm getting there. Clinical trails. Oh. The answer to the question, is this taking advantage, is yes. Yes, it is. That's that article. This is... Isn't Ian his name? I'm getting there. Maybe I'll get to the end of this book and we'll see where we are. I can do this. Just to be clear, every time that I'm using my left hand, it's a key. And you might be thinking, we'll just stop there. I stopped every time I was in this much pain. We'd never get anything done. We'd never be capable of doing anything. And it's not fun. This is a timely article to be typing up, isn't it? Painful life is not thought to be a human life. Okay, some of the notes that I'm about to write down are related to case studies and they are quite unpleasant. Yeah, what I'm going to do is, whilst I'm writing the rest of this notes, I'm just going to put myself on this screen just for a second, just so that I'm not putting this on screen, because I think this is one of the ones where I've taken notes that are detailed about some quite horrific things, so I'm just going to do it this way. I'm going to read you this quote that I'm typing up in a minute because it's so good. I think I might have put this on. I definitely talked about this article on Twitter when I read it because it was just amazing. Not every disabled person is in pain, but all people in chronic pain are disabled, and they face enormous oppression produced by the fear of pain. To speak in the name of pain is to feel for and with those people whose lives risk above all others being seen as not worth living, as undignified, as not human. It is to admit people in pain into the company of human beings, with the assurance that human life will not suffer but prosper as a result. Go back to I can read my handwriting now. Okay, I'm going to do my notes from the reading group for this. To be fair, something that I've now discovered is that yoga is the solution to a lot of things, genuinely. It does really improve a lot of aspects of health. Did I put her book on my... I think I spelled her name right. Got lots of summaries of. I feel like that one's already... I might have added that to my wish list like 4 times. Yeah, I have. Okay. I really need to read this book. Maybe I'll order this later. Is that it? Not for the book. That's it for I'm so close to finishing the book. I can do it. I can do it. It's one more article. I can do this. And then I'm going to lie the fuck down. I don't know what this is from. I didn't write that down. It's from the BMJ. Article info. I think it's just an online publication. Look at the oh no, it's the 27th of June. I don't think it has an issue number. 278 to 286. All right. This is the last one. I think when I wrote 178, what I meant was 278. Otherwise, there was 100 pages of abstract. That does not seem likely. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go lie down and listen to the new Taylor Swift. That's what I'm gonna do. You can see that my quotes in this were so long that I didn't actually write them out. I wrote this bit here, there's a quote here, go find it. I'm gonna eat something as well. Maybe that's meant to be 2 notes. Oh, this is a reference. Yeah, this is the point that was being made about that other article, that vulnerability is a fundamental part of human existence, but we're not symmetrically situated, so we're not all exposed to that vulnerability and subject to that vulnerability to the same degree. I just need to find that. Right. I'll write it in here anyway. I need to read more Butler. I've got some Butler books. I've read it before. I did a gender studies and literature module in my bachelor's degree, so I've got a whole bunch of books that are like the canon of gender studies, especially related to literature, and I've read them. I don't remember any of it. made that worse. Eat. No. Oh, I've got watermelon. Wait, watermelon. Oh no, watermelon needs cutting. That's mostly my right hand, so I should probably be able to manage it. After that, I need to stop using my hands for a bit. I think I might have read this on. Here we go. Oh, I need to read that. Come on, computer. Oh, yes, sir. A lovely £110. Right. I've got like 4 pages left. I'm now getting shooting pains up my left thumb, elbow. Hey J Banks, I'm okay, thank you. I'm in a lot of pain right now, so we're trying to get like this last bit of writing up notes done so that I can then stop and look after myself, but I am managing to do it. I hope you are well as well. I have a chronic pain condition called fibromyalgia, which flares up with pain in all different parts of my body. It can be all of my body. Right now it's in this arm, which is why I've got a heating pad wrapped around it, and I apologise for hitting the microphone there. But it's also in my left hip right now, and to an extent my right arm as well. So I'm just trying to finish this because I've been working on typing up all of my notes in this book, so you can see this very full side is what we've typed up, and this like 2 pages left there is what's left to type up. So I'm almost there. Constitute a major emerging challenge to how contemporary medicine is practiced. Thank you for following. And it's absolutely fine. You're very welcome to lurk. You're very welcome to talk. I'm so almost there. Isn't this no different to someone talking over your shoulder as you type? It's really funny, actually. I'm okay with people seeing my notes as I type them up, but I can't show like where I'm writing papers or when I'll be writing stuff in my PhD. I don't feel able to put that on the stream yet, so it'll be interesting to see if that changes as I go on. Right now, if someone comes into my room and I'm typing, it doesn't matter what I'm typing, it can be the most innocuous thing in the world. I close it or like hide it because I don't want people reading over my shoulder. But obviously in this context, I'm choosing to allow that to happen. So. I found earlier this year I was researching like ways to take notes better, and note-taking systems, and because I wanted to make sure that I went into my PhD with a good system in place so that then I didn't create a massive headache in my PhD. And there just weren't that many examples. There's lots of things of people showing like really complicated systems, but not then like a lot of people showing themselves using that system. So I think it's nice to do this and to be able to do this, because hopefully it's useful. I'm just checking. So the notes I'm about to put have a bunch of things about negative experience with mental health treatment, but it's nothing very explicit. Is this all notes in preparation for your PhD? Yes, it is. So I did, it's like a year now since I did my initial proposal. Obviously I did a lot of reading for that. I then redid my proposal a couple of times for different scholarship applications and other funding applications. I've then continued just reading to prepare myself in like sort of reading around my subject and stuff. I haven't got, I've got a bachelor's degree and a master's degree and a master's diploma, which are all in related subjects, but not directly in my field. So I've got advantages in some respects, but I'm also kind of a bit behind on like generally having read my field in another respect. So that's something I'm trying to do, and to make sure I go in knowing what the current discussions are and like the sort of structure of how things are discussed and that sort of thing. It is really interesting. I'm also doing it because I genuinely love it, and I love getting up and thinking, oh, I get to do this bit of reading today, or and that's really important right now, because my pain is very bad at the moment and I'm getting a lot of flares, so it's really important to me to have things that make me excited to get up. Always in awe of people who are that self-motivated and pushing for the highest level of academic studies. I could never do it. I didn't for ages. I was very ill during my bachelor's degree, but there were some essays I didn't hand in. I would write things at the last minute, and having like done the bare minimum of reading and just sort of get carried by the fact that I was clever enough that my low effort was still letting me pass, which is a privilege that I kind of wish I didn't have, because it might have forced me to put more effort in earlier in a way. Yeah, no, I absolutely get that, and it's only like this past year where I've been doing a master's degree in creative writing. I've not felt like this about creative writing, but I felt like this about the medical humanities, which is my field that I took some optional modules because I was like, that sounds interesting, and then it's ended up being my career. So it's been a very dramatic 2 years, I suppose. Oh no, I was about to write in which again. I've just written that. You'll notice that I've put some of my notes, in addition to having the page number, also have a location. That's because this is one of those like really densely packed academic articles where you've got like 2,000 words per page and it's all in columns. So I find that mentioning where on the page it is really helpful to future me. Is this the last page? It's the last page. Done it. Well, I haven't done it. I've got to write this last page of notes. It's not a full page, isn't it, either? That's it. It's done. That was the last note. Overheating as well now. Heating pad off. I did it. Oh, I can't lift that arm up. Don't do that again. Oh, that was exciting. And by exciting, I mean painful. All right, let's take us back onto this screen for a moment. I'm so shiny. It's because I'm sweating because of all the heat. I find that I have to really like balance how much I use those because it really helps, but also I can overheat if I use it for too long. Wow, my hand is super painful. So that is it. That is we've done all of this book. All of this book is now digital. I've managed to like not trap the bookmark in it. So we're almost there. Like we're in like the last couple of months of notes now. Although I guess actually we've got to go to my dissertation notes. A lot of which I've digitized. I might have done all of it. I'll have to look. I'll have a look for next week. It might be that next week we finish that, or we might actually get to go to my new PhD notebook. The backdrop behind me is so wonky now. I have to fix that. But yeah, that we got it all done. That's awesome. I really didn't think I was gonna, when I had like that 20 pages left and everything started hurting, I really didn't think that was gonna happen. But I am going to be good now. I'm going to head off and look after myself so that I can, you know, enjoy the rest of my day rather than making it worse and getting stuck in it. Thank you very much everyone for being here. Thank you for all the new followers. We are 2 followers away from 100 now, which is amazing. I will see you all again on Monday morning at 11 AM GMT. As always, there is a schedule in the panels below. Twitch converts everything for you to your time zone, so you don't have to worry about working out, if you're not GMT, what 11 GMT is for you. But you can also follow me on Twitter. There's also a link for that below in the panels. And if anything is ever gonna be late, or the stream has to be cancelled or anything like that, I will let you know on there. And also, you get slightly more reliable notifications when I go live from Twitter than from Twitch. Yeah, thank you all very much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will see you all on Monday.